So today's video, it's going to be short and sweet. We're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about the Phoenix, Arizona real estate market, how this affects you if you are a current buyer or a future buyer, and also if you are a seller, things to look at, things to really explore for yourself and how this impacts you. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rich Brecklin, your go-to Arizona real estate agent. So first off, we have seen a lot of new inventory hit the market. We saw a lot and then it peaked down and then we saw a little bit more. So if we jump over right into our MLS, currently we're looking at 21,000 plus homes for sale. Now that's attached, detached, and also including some coming soon properties. This is the highest it has been really in the last couple of years. Single family detached, these are active, so not coming soon, and single family detached, we're over 17,000. Now for the longest time, we could not get to 17,000, but over the weekend that happened and we were over 17,000, which if you're a buyer in this market and you have to buy, not you're buying a second home or just exploring things and maybe, but if you're someone who has to buy right now for job relocation or you just want to get away from wherever you are, this is a good thing for you. A lot of reasons, but a lot more options, and you have a lot more control. Now, when it comes to control, as you can see in the Cromford report, and they track this, which is super helpful, but seller concessions. So if you're unaware, a seller concession is when you're asking the seller to contribute typically toward closing costs. Now that can be used in a variety of ways. More lately, it has been used to buy down interest rates. That is something I use quite a bit of, especially back in my team in Illinois. It was common, not to say on every transaction, but quite a few. So to help those buyers combat the 7.5% interest rate, we ask the seller to contribute sometimes 3, sometimes 6% of the purchase price, and that is used to buy down the rate. Now, depending on the type of financing and how much money you're putting down, that is going to determine how much you can ask a seller to contribute to your closing costs. And also we have to get the seller to agree on it, but in this market with over 17,000 single family homes for sale, the buyers have a little bit more, well, a lot more leverage than you did over the last 2 years. And looking more at the Cromford report again, now we have the supply index, the market index, and the demand index. Now these have changed quite a bit from where they were a year ago and 2 years ago. But for the first time, the market index, the CMI, it dipped below 100. Now 100 and under in the Cromford report, and the CMI is considered a buyer's market. So now you can officially call it a buyer's market based on this data. But a lot of you already thought it was a buyer's market. And honestly, the way we were able to negotiate contracts for our buyers, it felt like a buyer's market, specifically and especially compared to how we were working with real estate transactions 8 months ago, where the sellers pretty much had whatever they wanted. They were negotiating, free lease backs. It was really on their terms, kiss the ring, sellers in control. But that is not the case right now, and some buyers are taking advantage of it. And as we look at the snapshot, and really that's exactly what it is, you'll see a lot of red. And the one green you see is the active listings price per square foot. That is up from where it was last month. And I don't say it bothers me, but to me, it's like, is no one else paying attention? Our listing agents not paying attention? Our sellers not paying attention? But we're not trending upward. So why is the average price per square foot going higher when the average sales price is dropping? As you can see, the monthly average sales price last month was $545. This month, $530. Last quarter, $565. And then we go into last year where things were a little different, $493. And $422 2 years ago. And same with median. Median has dropped as well. So why are you listing your home higher? All that is going to do is cause your home to sit on the market. It's going to make you, not in a great spot for negotiations, unless your home is really worth that. But look at the trends. I mean, closed data is lagging indicators, and it'd be different if we were trending upward, but we are trending downward. So depending on when I run comps for a property, I might have to take 7 to 10% off that sales price that comes from running the comps to get to where it's actually going to sell in today's market. Another thing to look at in this report is the month supply up to 3.6, and the listing success rate is under 68%. We're at 65.6%. And a year ago, we were almost at 90%. So pretty much you list a home, it's sold. All of the numbers you want to see going up if you're a seller are not. I mean, except for active listings, but you don't want to see that as a seller. Pending listings are down. Listings under contract are down. Sales per month, sales per year, all downward trends. But is this something to freak out about? Is this something to worry about? What do you do? Now, if I'm a seller, do I list my home right now or do I put it on pause? Well, it looks like rates are probably going to go up again, causing buyer pullback to happen even more. So if I don't have to sell, I might put it on pause and just see what happens. Prices hit their peak in May when rates were around 5%, and then June they went to 6%, and then that's when the price decline started to happen. And with that price decline, any appreciation from someone, if they bought in January, that January through May appreciation has pretty much been wiped out. So that information may be disappointing to some, who bought in the last 2 years, but 66% of homes that are listed, not counting new construction, well, they bought their home over 2 years ago. So they have that appreciation in there. Now, where are they going to go when they sell? Are they going to be able to, combat the high rates? Are they going to be able to get a deal? And hopefully they have that appreciation built in, and you have to move if that is your case, and you can use that to your advantage. Now, if you're a buyer, what do you look for? What do you do? Now, if you're a buyer looking to buy a second, third home, or just because you really don't need to buy, honestly, it might be a smart idea for you just to wait. See what kind of deals happen, see where the prices end up, see what trends are going on. Unless it's something, you have to have that home, you don't want to take that chance. Now, if you're someone who is relocating to Arizona, or you have to buy, or maybe, you saw that home, you love that home, you want that home, you don't care about rates or prices, what do you do? And again, that's a case-by-case basis, but the good thing is you can negotiate a lot more. You can negotiate list price, you can negotiate concessions to buy down that rate. But it's going to be, very, up to the individual. It's going to be very specific on your needs of what it is you are looking for. Like I've said in other videos, don't try and day trade real estate. It's, it's time in the market, not timing the market. But if you can afford to wait and hold off and you don't have to move, that may be the best move for you and your financial situation. But again, up to you. So what I'd like to do is watch these next videos. If you have questions, think about moving here, reach out. My contact info is below. Come follow me on Instagram, see me with my crazy kids, and I'll see you on the next one.